You won't believe how I found this story. I'm shooting shit with the boys and scrolling Twitter till I come across a tweet by Krekov saying, "What?" It gave off a serious tone with the message being, "Please read this carefully. Thank you." Of course I get curious. So I check out the post, read the first few lines, then realize it's the most funniest shit I've ever seen. You might recognize the animations from the lock-in meme that popped off a year ago, "What if Deltarune was a fighting game," or the Miles Morales Hey meme. Everything will be linked down below if you want to check it out, but Ditchu is a really good pixel artist I haven't really kept up with, so I was shocked to hear that they've been in some sort of controversy. I'm not going to read this post in full, but to summarize, he made this lengthy post about something his girlfriend did years ago. Now, what could be the cause of this post? Was it a bad breakup? Child grooming? Moida? It's about Deltarune Rule 34. I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna waste my time deeply analyzing this pathetic attempt to disown your girlfriend over art she was involved in years ago. So I'm gonna cut to the chase. Ditchu recently found out his girlfriend was involved in creating not safe for work art of the main Deltarune cast being Chris, Susie, Noelle, and Bradley, which is whatever, right? I noticed a 19-year-old with a fart fetish who either piss acid or die from heart failure boldly claimed Ditchu drew similar art under a different name, Desira. This claim is something I don't have much faith in. In the reply, someone posted a link to a shitty edit that anyone can easily slap a logo on claiming it's someone else. I found somewhat of a pattern in his work, where in his safe for work pieces, the logo shows his full name. However, in the not safe for work pieces, he has a different logo with just D. Although some works have either logo present. The glaring red flag for me is that the picture is tagged as a bad edit. So what I'm saying is, Ditchu probably wouldn't sloppily place his logo on his art like this. So it's hard to say if Ditch is D's.
Nuts. Got him!
At face value, the styles seem to be one-to-one, but that's the most I can say. So you could say Ditch and D's are the same person, but for me, it's hard to tell. If you made some connections I didn't, then leave a comment below. I also wanted to mention that I reached out to Rack and the Big Doof, but they didn't respond. Virtue signaling against your girlfriend over commissioned work is fucking stupid. She was paid to do the work. She could have refused to do it, but Mendez didn't have the foresight to see herself get blindsided by her partner years later. That's like if Shatman was like, "Hi everyone, this is Shadman. It is with a heavy heart that I must address the unfortunate situation regarding Amino Prawn and breaking the quiet." As if he didn't host all 3 episodes of Lore with Horse on Shad base and draw the same exact shit. If you somehow don't believe me, I can go off my own memory. He drew some blind girl from Game of Thrones with dogs, the white-haired girl from Game of Thrones with her dragon, that famous bronze statue of the bull called the Fearless Girl, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm also about 90% sure he drew Beast Boy and Raven. So if you've seen art of those two, then you know what to expect. Actually, while the memory bank is still flowing, he drew Beth, I think, with a horse because she's a horse doctor. I want to say he drew Mrs. Incredible and Violet with a horse, but I could be wrong. I could check, but I could still be wrong. I'll put up if I'm right or not. He also drew Quiet and DD. Then this nigga got the audacity to put himself on a fucking high horse. "I used to draw suggestive art when I was younger, and I regret the choices I made." Okay, if that's the case, why the fuck are you still making it? The shit that makes me so mad about Twitter artists is that you niggas do not shut up. I'm moving because my fellow POCs and I are in danger of losing our rights. For the record, for the record, if I saw Alex Jones in person, I would straight up attack. I'm not doing that. I'm not. For the record, if I saw Alex Jones in person, I would straight up attack him. Well, I hope you got hands, the funds for a legal trial, along with the mental fortitude to tell police why you assaulted someone in public, Bath. He's not an artist, but this still applies to the overall topic. Why can't you niggas just shut the fuck up and draw? You can have dialogue about certain topics, but just because you have a following doesn't mean people care about what you have to say. Nobody cares about your political takes or morals on whether or not you should draw Chris raw dogging Susie with a fat cock. Out of everyone that has been or is currently involved in making art like that, why was your ex-girlfriend the exception, especially when you apparently made the same shit? I honestly do not care about your take on drawing fictional characters, because I know it's going to range from being the next EDP Epstein or a non-issue. Unless she was commissioned to make art of real children like how Shadman did with Daphne Keene, who fucking cares? Why snitch? What, she can hold her accountable? You're a grown-ass man making a dramatic post over Deltarune porn. You might as well crucify everyone else who's drawn Undertale Rule 34 too. I have a question to Mendez. How are you not mad at this? I'm glad you made it clear this nothing burger wasn't the reason of your breakup, because I'd have a lot more to say if it was. I'm just saying, if I saw my significant other of 6 years try to hold me accountable for something in my past way after it happened, I'd be fucking pissed. A post like Ditchu's is typically made to announce a hiatus, retirement, dealing with a family matter, mental health crisis, or damage to your equipment. But no, it's about disavowing your girlfriend over fucking Deltarune porn. Wait a fucking minute. You helped them write the pages, but they didn't throw you under the bus. It's like you're trying to piss me off, and it's working. So let me get this straight for everybody who blanked out from how retarded the situation is. Your partner, who was a grown-ass adult, found out you were involved in creating not safe for work art of the Deltarune characters who are presumably minors. Please leave a comment down below telling me the ages of the characters so I can proceed not to care. Instead of you treating this newfound discovery like adults and moving on, you put your heads together and proceeded to disregard any and all common sense. All of this could have stayed private, but the collusion of two terminally online Twitter users in a 6-year relationship said otherwise. I can't help but see Mendez as the victim in this situation, because this came off as a scheme not only to cover Ditchu's ass, but to use their girlfriend as a scapegoat in case another miserable Twitter user happened to make a stink about it, which we know would happen sooner or later. If they're willing to do this, then God only knows what else they might do. Ditchu is a fucking Looney Tune, and Mendez is just as crazy, if not crazier, for helping him Mendez. Whoa, what the fuck? Ditchu is a fucking Looney Tune, and Mendez is just as crazy, if not crazier, for helping him write this. And that concludes today's story. Overall, I thought this situation would be funny to look at due to its absurd nature, and I thought it would make for a good video topic since I haven't made anything in a few months. By the way, I shouldn't have to say this, but don't harass anyone I mentioned in this video. I promise you, I don't care about a delusional artist thinking they're gonna lose their rights, Bath's fantasies, or a 19-year-old with a fart fetish. I also don't plan on making videos exposing people for having weird fetishes because that's a waste of my time. I follow Blarf, Shoestring, Rockner, and a bunch of other artists on Twitter. We're all into some freaky shit at the end of the day. Join the Patreon, join the Discord, become a member. And if you want to see more stuff like this, like, subscribe, and share the video around. Thanks for watching.